John Hancock Center. The John Hancock Center is a 100-story, 1128-foot supertall skyscraper located in Chicago, Illinois. Located in the magnificent Mile District, its name was changed to 875 North Michigan Avenue on February 12, 2018. Despite this, the building is still colloquially called the John Hancock Center. It was constructed under the supervision of Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, with Peruvian-US chief designer Bruce Graham and Bangladeshi structural engineer Fazlur Rahman Khan. When the building topped out on May 6, 1968, it was the second tallest building in the world after the Empire State Building, the tallest in Chicago, and the tallest outside New York City. It is currently the fifth tallest building in Chicago and the 13th tallest in the United States, behind the Aon Center in Chicago and ahead of the Comcast Technology Center in Philadelphia. When measured to the top of its antenna masts, it stands at 1,500 feet 457 m. The building is home to several offices and restaurants, as well as about 700 condominiums, and at the time of its completion contained the highest residence in the world. The building was named for John Hancock Mutual Life Insurance Company, a developer and original tenant of the building, which itself was named for the U.S. founding Father John Hancock. In 2018, John Hancock Insurance requested that its name be removed, and the owner is seeking another naming rights deal. From the 95th floor restaurant, diners can look out at Chicago and Lake Michigan. The Observatory 360 Chicago, which competes with the Willis Tower's Skydeck, has a 360-degree view of the city, up to 4 states, and a distance of over 80 miles 130 km. 360 Chicago is home to Tilt, a moving platform that leans visitors over the edge of the skyscraper to a 30-degree angle, a full bar with local selections, Chicago's only open-air SkyWalk. The 44th floor Sky Lobby features America's highest indoor swimming pool. History. The project, which would become the world's second tallest building at opening, was conceived and owned by Jerry Wallman in late 1964. The project was financed by John Hancock Mutual Life Insurance Company. Construction of the tower was interrupted in 1967 due to a flaw in an innovative engineering method used to pour concrete in stages that was discovered when the building was 20 stories high. The engineers were getting the same soil settlements for the 20 stories that had been built as what they had expected for the entire 99 stories. This forced the owner to stop development until the engineering problem could be resolved, resulting in a credit crunch. The situation is similar to the one faced during the construction of 111 West Wacker, then known as the Waterview Tower. Wallman's bankruptcy resulted in John Hancock taking over the project, which retained the original design architect, engineer, and main contractor. The building's first resident was Ray Heckler, the original building engineer responsible for the residential floors from 44 to 92. Heckler moved his family in April 1969, before the building was completed. On November 11, 1981, Veterans Day, high-rise firefighting and rescue advocate Dan Goodwin, for the purpose of calling attention to the inability to rescue people trapped in the upper floors of skyscrapers, successfully climbed the building's exterior wall. Wearing a wetsuit and using a climbing device that enabled him to ascend the I-beams on the building's side, Goodwin battled repeated attempts by the Chicago Fire Department to knock him off. Fire Commissioner William Blair ordered Chicago firemen to stop Goodwin by directing a fully engaged fire hose at him and by blasting fire axes through nearby glass from the inside. Fearing for Goodwin's life, Mayor Jane Byen intervened and allowed him to continue to the top. The John Hancock Center is featured in the 1988 film Poltergeist Roman III. On December 18, 1997, on March 9, 2002, part of a scaffold fell 43 stories after being torn loose by wind gusts around 60 mph 100 km/h, crushing several cars, killing 3 people in 2 of them. The remaining part of the stage swung back and forth in the gusts, repeatedly slamming against the building. damaging cladding panels, breaking windows, and sending pieces onto the street below. On December 10, 2006, the non-residential portion of the building was sold by San Francisco-based Shorenstein Properties for $385 million and was purchased by a joint venture of Chicago-based Golub & Company and the Y. Shorenstein Properties had bought the building in 1998 for $220 million. Golub defaulted on its debt, and the building was acquired in 2012 by Deutsche Bank, who subsequently carved up the building. The venture of Deutsche Bank and New York-based North Star Realty Finance paid an estimated $325 million for debt on 875 North Michigan Avenue in 2012 after Shorenstein. The observation deck was sold to Paris-based Montparnasse 56 Group for between $35 million and $45 million in July 2012. That same month, Prudential real estate investors acquired the retail and restaurant space for almost $142 million. In November 2012, Boston-based American Tower Corp affiliate paid $70 million for the antennas. In June 2013, a venture of Chicago-based real estate investment firm Here & Company, New York-based investment firm. The Chicago firm did not disclose a price, but sources said it was about $145 million. This was the last step in that piecemeal sale process. In May 2016, Here & Company announced that they were seeking buyers for the naming rights with possible signage rights for the building. Hustle Up the Hancock is an annual stair climb, race up the 94 floors from the Michigan Avenue level to the observation deck. It is held on the last Sunday of February. The climb benefits Respiratory Health Association. The record time as of 2007 is 9 minutes 30 seconds. The building is home to the transmitter of Univision's WGBO DT Channel 66, while all other full-power television stations in Chicago broadcast from Willis Tower. The City Colleges of Chicago's WIC Channel 20 transmitted from the building until November 2017, when it departed the air as part of the 2016 FCC Spectrum auction, and will eventually return as a part of WTTW's Spectrum from Willis Tower. On November 21, 2015, a fire broke out in an apartment on the 50th floor of the building. The Chicago Fire Department was able to extinguish the fire after an hour and a half. 5 people suffered minor injuries. On February 11, 2018, a fire in a car on the 7th floor required approximately 150 firefighters to extinguish. On February 12, 2018, John Hancock Insurance requested that its name and logos throughout the building's interior be removed immediately. John Hancock had not had a naming rights deal with the skyscraper's owners since 2013. The building's name was subsequently changed to its street address as 875 North Michigan Avenue. On November 16, 2018, an express elevator cable broke. Initial reports stated that an elevator with 6 passengers plunged 84 stories from the 95th to 11th floor. Since express elevators are not accessible from floors within the express zone, a team of firefighters had to break through a brick wall from the parking garage to extricate the passengers, none of whom suffered injuries. Elevators to the 95th/96th floor were closed thereafter pending investigation. Subsequent investigation documented only a controlled descent from the 20th floor to the 11th floor. A piece of cladding fell from the building on January 5, 2022. Design. One of the most famous buildings of the structural expressionist style, the skyscraper's distinctive X-braced exterior shows that the structure's skin is part of its tubular system. This is one of the engineering techniques which the designers used to achieve a record height. The tubular system is the structure that keeps the building upright during wind and earthquake loads. This X-bracing allows for both higher performance from tall structures and the ability to open up the inside floor plan. Such original features have allowed 875 North Michigan Avenue to become an architectural icon. It was pioneered by Bangladeshi-American structural civil engineer Fazlur Khan and chief architect Bruce Graham. The interior was remodeled in 1994. The elliptical-shaped plaza outside the building serves as a public oasis with seasonal plantings and a 12-foot 3.7 m waterfall. A band of white lights at the top of the building is visible all over Chicago at night and changes colors for different events. For example, at Christmas time the colors are green and red. When a Chicago area sports team goes far in the playoffs, the colors are changed to match that team's colors. The building is a member of the World Federation of Great Towers. It has won various awards for its distinctive style, including the Distinguished Architect's 25-year award from the American Institute of Architects in May 1999. In celebration of the 2018 Illinois, the building is only partially protected by a fire sprinkler system, as the residential floors do not have sprinklers. Height. Including its antennas, the building has a height of 1,500 feet, 457 m, making it the 33rd tallest building in the world when measured to pinnacle height. The observatory elevators of 875 North Michigan Avenue, manufactured by Otis, travel 96 floors at a top speed of 1,800 ft/min20 mph, 9.1 m/s. It has been said the elevators to the observation deck are the fastest in North America, reaching the 95th floor in 38 seconds if they could run the entire trip at top speed. 360 Chicago Observation Deck. Located on the 94th floor, 360 Chicago Observation Deck is 875 North Michigan Avenue's Horizon Observatory. The floor of the observatory is 1030 feet 310 m off of street level below. The entrance can be found on the concourse level of 875 North Michigan Avenue, accessible from the Michigan Avenue side of the building. The observatory, previously named John Hancock Observatory, has been independently owned and operated since 2014 by the Montparnasse 56 Group of Paris, France. The elevators are credited as the fastest in the Western Hemisphere, with a top speed of 1,800 ft/min20.5 mph. The observatory boasts more floor space than its direct competitor Skydeck at the Willis Tower. There is a full bar called Bar 94, which stocks local beer and spirits from Revolution Brewing and Koval Distillery. In the summer of 2014, 360 Chicago added its Tilt attraction. Tilt, for an additional fee, is a series of floor-to-ceiling windows that slowly tilt outside the building to thirteenth. The platform is on the observatory level and faces south over the city. Signature Room. Separate from its observatory, 875 North Michigan Avenue has a restaurant on its 95th floor named the Signature Room, with an accompanying bar on the 96th floor called the Signature Lounge. Tenants and businesses. Floor plan. Mail, Ray and Mail, and Mail, and Mail, and Mail. Vinahana. The Cheesecake Factory. Simaglia Productions. Consulate General of Chile in Chicago, Suite 3352, 52. Consulate General of Denmark, Chicago, Suite 3950. Big Shoulders Digital Video Production. Exclusively Gourmet, Etihad Airways 31st floor. Golan, Suite 2600. Hannigs Footwear. 306 Skydeck, Chicago. Loricum Inc., Suite 8609. The North Face, Space. The Signature Room at the 95th. Suite 3100. Weber Shandwick, Suite 2400. WDRV 97.1. Classic Rock Radio Station, Suite 1510. FCB. Starbucks, Suite 3. Gallery,